What's up, everyone? Adrian Morrison here, and I want to welcome you to the Profit Power Hour. Excited to have you here. You should be able to see our welcome screen about now. So if everybody can see this, just go ahead, type in a 1 so my team can make sure that screen sharing is enabled properly and all that good stuff. Okay. All right. Awesome. Yeah. So look, we are just having an amazing year. It's just been incredible. We had a great training last week, and we have another great training this week. We're going to elaborate on some things, answer some questions that we got throughout the week after last week's training. And yeah, we're currently kind of doing a split test teaching both e-commerce and affiliate marketing, and affiliate marketing being the side hustle. So if you're newer to these webinars, I want to welcome you and just kind of run you through some all right, got my camera on now. Just kind of run you through some of the things that you can expect, some of the resources that you can tap into, and just share with you that this is a webinar series that is designed just to simply teach you new ways to potentially get success online. E-commerce is the greatest opportunity of my life, and probably of your life as well, unless you invested in Bitcoin when it was $100. And it's growing. The world is changing the way that we shop. So every week we come on here and we teach e-commerce. But there are also other ways that you can generate money online, one of which is affiliate marketing. So we teach a little bit of that too. So we're going to talk a little bit about both. And these are free webinars. So these are not sales webinars. They're not webinars that cost you any money. It's just free for my students to continue your education. So I'm glad that you're here. I hope that you enjoy this if you're a new member, and if you are a current member that's been with us for a long time, you're going to love tonight's training as well. We're going to talk about some fun stuff. Now, right on the screen, you should see my Shopify link there, profitph.com/Shopify. If you don't have a Shopify store yet, go to that link, that specific one at the top, profitph.com/Shopify. Start your store, start your 14-day trial. Get on these trainings, go through the courses, build your store, okay? Build your store. And let's get started marketing, because Black Friday, Cyber Monday are right around the corner. This is the easiest time for a brand new e-commerce store to catapult itself to stardom, because so many people are shopping and looking to buy from random places. So just get started and go to that link, okay? You'll see a video of me, and Shopify will send you a free 6-part course when you start a store through my partner link with them. Then at the bottom, we have our recommended vendors. So these are dropship vendors in the US and China that you can work with all of them. You can choose specific ones you want to work with. They're all free other than Pillow Profits at the top, which you'll see when you join it. For obvious reasons, you get 10x the value that you pay for that app. It's like 29 bucks. And you get incredible pricing, fast shipping from China, great products and mock-ups, all the important stuff it has. So make sure you check that out, okay? And yeah, that's the welcome screen. So jump in our Facebook group, the Profit Power Hour. Tell everybody to hop on, because we're about to go over a really cool training. If you're not in the Facebook group, it's facebook.com/groups/ProfitPH, and I'll make this bigger for you just in case you can't see that. So that's the link there, and everybody should pop in. We've got 19,000+ people in this Facebook group. It's just an incredible resource. It's an incredible resource for spirit, motivation, support, research, as a lot of our success students have posted in here, and they have a lot of, phenomenal and informative, case studies and reviews and questions that have been answered within this group. So just make sure that you join the group, okay? Also, I legit built a business for you and gave it to you for free over the last couple weeks. And it's an affiliate marketing business. So it's a side hustle that you can do aside from e-commerce. E-commerce is the goal. E-commerce is the big bang, the big boom, the long-term plan. But affiliate marketing has opportunity for you to go in and make a killing, like earn huge commissions. Like we just had one of our students, I believe it was Bernie, go through this free affiliate program. And I can't say the exact number because my brother Anthony was telling me, and it's slipped my mind. But she just did a deal that I think is going to earn her around $90,000. That will be her commission, and it doesn't cost any money to sign up, and it doesn't cost businesses that you refer to this affiliate offer any money to sign up. In fact, it gives small businesses free money via a government grant called the Employee Retention Program, and that's important because there's never been a time that I can recall that you could make massive $5,000+ commissions without having to pay for the program and without having to sell anything. So all of these steps here are for that free business. Number one is sign up to be an ERC affiliate. When you do that, you're going to get tons of training on what to do. The average commission that our students is earning right now is $4,000. Then join our free Facebook group. It's go.vsc.com/ERC group. Join our Telegram. Get ClickFunnels at profitph.com/CF. You don't have to do that, but I actually built a business for you, an affiliate marketing funnel for you. And if you want to utilize that, then you're going to need ClickFunnels, which is 20, 30, 40, I don't know. It's a monthly fee. I don't know what it is. But I built you a funnel that would have cost $10,000+ to build. And you can import it into your ClickFunnels account like that. And boom, you've got a business online. It's crazy that you can earn commissions from. So that would be step 5 is go get your free business funnel that I built for you via the password ERC2022. So these are all steps you could use for that business. And there is another Facebook group for that. It's called the ERC Affiliate Program Group. This is a group that Anthony and I, my brother and I, are really just going all in on ourselves. And you essentially have the opportunity for free to work with us as like at equal levels where we all earn commissions via success. So like Anthony just recently did an interview September 9th with one of the success students who has done 6 figures in deals. Then I did an interview, I think it was last week or so, if I click on this. Yeah, so I did an interview with Hunter Logan, who has done roughly $2 million in deals that'll net him about $70,000 in commissions. So you can go watch that. That's me and Hunter talking right there, and you can see 845 comments. So don't sleep on this. Go get in this free Facebook group. Join the ERC affiliate program up here at step 1, and let us start teaching you how to earn commissions on the side while you build your e-commerce business. One of my mentors and great friends, the late Bob Proctor, many of you know me because of Bob Proctor, right? He introduced you to me because he believed so much in what I was doing and teaching. I actually even taught his granddaughter how to do this. But he was always talking about multiple streams of income. He called it MSI, him and his son, Brian, who's also a really great friend of mine. MSI, multiple streams of income. And obviously, they're smart people. We're talking about Bob Proctor here, okay? Legend. And it's true. Don't just stay focused on one thing. Like, have one main focus, but it's okay to have some side hustles that are designed to prop up that main focus. Now, if you've got uh, a project over here and a project over here and a project over here and a project that don't somehow work together, then you're going to be like, oh my God, you're like a headless chicken. All right. You're not going to know what's going on. You're not going to be focused. But if you know that this here is simple and it doesn't require a lot of time and it has massive potential that can directly affect and build up and contribute to this main focus over here, then that will be a multiple stream of potential income that I would add in. Okay. So that's that. Now, last week, what we talked about was going in, and I'm sorry if my audio is kind of messed up. I can kind of see the audio is going in and out a little bit. It's just GoToWebinar. But last week, we talked about different types of e-commerce stores. And just to review last week's training, and if you weren't here last week, it's okay. We do replays, we record this. So as long as you log in your Access Adrian account, so make sure that you do that. You log in your Access Adrian account and you go to Profit Power Hour. You'll be able to see our replay trainings here. So, you know, September 6th, we talked about the worst Shopify store type you could create for beginners, which surprisingly, a lot of you were saying you were doing, which is weird because I don't teach you to do that. So why the heck aren't you doing what I teach? It makes no sense to go do the opposite of what I teach. There's a reason I'm a certified commerce coach directly by Shopify. It's kind of because like I know what the hell I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So unless you're following somebody else as well that is like teaching you legit stuff, you know, try to stay on a path that you know a mentor is laying out for you. But anyways, you can go watch this, and we kind of covered these 3 different types of stores. Okay. And the 3 different types of stores, we're starting out with what I teach you is, and that's called a general store. And a general store has, you know, everything. I mean, think Walmart, think Target, think Kroger, think, you know, superstores, think Dollar General, okay? The dollar stores. They just got everything. And they are designed for impulsive purchases. So one thing that you really need to take note of here with the general stores is these stores thrive off products that create impulse buyers. Okay. So impulse buyers are people that were not necessarily directly interested in what you were advertising. They weren't in the market for it necessarily. It was just so like spot on and cool and interesting to them that they had to buy it right then and there. Kind of like these microphones here. These are some mics that you can put on your shirt here, and you can talk. So if I'm recording content, whatever, like I could have this little mic right here. Typically, the mic that I use, see if I can grab it, when I'm not at my desk, is this bad boy. You'll see this? That's what I use, okay? See the difference? This is in my back pocket. I'm sitting on this thing. If you see me sitting down and I got this mic right here next to me, then my butt's sitting on this and it hurts like hell, okay? But this is what you use. I was shopping, I was looking for completely different things. Like I was not in the market for a new microphone, but I saw this and it solved the problem. Bulky, uncomfortable problem for me. And I wasn't even looking for microphones. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta have it. And I bought it. 300 bucks, right? And I was not shopping for it. But it's because this is something that's unique, it solves a problem, and it creates impulse purchases, okay? Um, with well, and back to this, because we're talking about Black Friday, right? And holiday sales. But the thing is, with a general store, you're not boxed in to just selling camera and audio equipment. You could be selling basket weaving stuff. You could be selling dog stuff. It doesn't matter. So the general store is the step one, right? You can sell a lot of stuff. You can generate high order values because people come in, they're like, oh, I'm going to buy a gadget, but then they end up buying something that's in for kitchenware, something in the dog niche, because people are more than one niche. Okay. Think about right now what you like. What are your hobbies? What are the things that you are interested in? If you love playing guitar, it's not the only thing that you love. You could love sports, could love animals, you could love gadgets. And so when you have a general store, you get buyers that come in and will buy more than one thing because we are more than one niche as a person in our interest. With niche stores, as we discussed, you're going to get much higher conversion rates than this because this is not focused to a passion, right? It's focused on impulse, okay? Niche stores are focused on passion. And therefore, when somebody clicks on a product and goes to your niche store, they're interested in directly what is on your site because it's niche related. So if I'm on a store that sells only audio and camera equipment, then that means I'm probably going to convert better because I'm probably looking for audio and camera equipment if I'm on that store. Does that make sense? If I'm on a general store, I'm not really looking for anything specific. I'm just looking for something to buy impulsively. Okay. So niche stores, which many of you have, are, they're great. But if you start out your store, your very first store is a niche store, and say, oh, Adrian is he's making sense, but I really love coffee. I love coffee. Hold on. A little late to be drinking coffee, but screw it. So I'm going to start a coffee store. Dang it. That's what I'm going to do. And you go build a coffee store. Nobody buys your coffee. Then what do? You got to go build another store. You got to try something else because coffee ain't working. Okay. But on the other hand, instead of starting out with a niche store, wasting a bunch of time and money, hoping that that niche works, if you have a general store, you can still sell coffee. And if coffee doesn't work, you don't care because you're selling Apple Watch accessories as well, or dog stuff, which by the way is going to be huge, Apple, because they just released all their new stuff. So I guess my point is that niche stores work, right? We went over this last week, so I won't dive too deep into the bullet points, but they have high conversion rates because they have passionate customers. They have stronger followings, stronger email lists. You're building more of a brand. So I'm not saying don't start a niche store. I'm saying start a general store first. And then whenever you find specific niches taking off, build a niche store around that niche because it's proven. You already know that it works. And the one product stores are literally they're hit or miss. So it's like you got one product that you sell, and there are a lot of gurus that preach about building one product stores. And yeah, one product stores work, But like if it doesn't work, again, you're screwed. You've wasted time, you've wasted money, you've paid for a Shopify plan, you've paid for a theme, you've paid for all the apps that you had to install, you've paid for the email list and email marketing you had to set up. And more importantly, you paid in time, in your life. You spent part of your life designing something that may turn out to be a dud. And you don't want to keep doing that over and over and over. So again, if you have a general store, you can still sell any product you want, any one product your heart desires. Okay. And if it pops off and you see a product like really popping off, just like outstanding product, that's not really a niche. Okay. So like you might say like, what's the difference between a niche store and a one product store? Well, a niche store capitalizes off various different things within a niche, like the baby niche. You got baby clothes, baby strollers, baby toys, baby supplies, you know. Um, a one product store is typically something that's not in a niche in itself that would make sense to have a bunch of other stuff here. So last week I showed y'all the example of the blend jet, right? So when we look at the blend jet, I think it was this tab here, yeah. Like this is a specific product and this is their sole focus. They want you to buy the blend jet. It doesn't make sense for them to have a bunch of other blenders on the website. They want to sell this blender. It doesn't make sense for them to have anything other than accessories that directly connect and work with this product. So when you have a product that you're selling on your general store that is really popping off and you want it to convert better and you want to increase the price of it, because this blend jet on this store is going to get people to spend more money, 50 bucks, than it would on your general store. If you put this blend jet right here on a general store, you ain't getting $50 for it. Why? Because general stores are ugly. General stores are looked at more of as deal websites, okay? General stores are not building a big brand, right? It's finding what products are working now, impulse purchases. In order to charge a premium for a product, right? And this is a lot of what y'all were asking last week, so I'm not really reviewing. I'm in my brain, I'm answering questions I know that I had. But when you have a one product store, it's because you got a product that's popping off on your general store or on a niche store even. And let's just say on the general store, you're selling that one product, which is a blender, and you're getting that blender for a cost of, let's just say, $11. And you are selling the blender for around like $29. So you've got roughly, a 3x markup. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to everybody? So let's just say that you're selling that blender and your cost on the blender is 11. You're selling it for 29 and you're making good money. Let's say that you're selling 100 sales per week. All right. Let's just say that you're popping off 100 sales a week of that blender on your general store at $29. Now, the math on that, I'm too stupid to figure out. So the math on that would look like this. I know it's simple math, but I'm not very smart. I'm just good at marketing and e-commerce. All right, so 100 times 29 would be $2,900 a week. Okay, so 100 sales would be 2,900 bucks per week. Is everybody with me on this? Now, we could sell this for a premium. Like you're getting a lot of sales, right? You're selling a lot of these blenders on your Dropship site, and you're making some money. You're making $2,900 a week, so you're making, you know, roughly $12,000 a month just selling this blender, and you're getting consistent sales. And you're like, you know I could sell this for more money. Like this could be, if it's doing $12,000 a month for me consistently, I know that this could probably be a $50,000 a month product, maybe $100,000 a month product if I scale. The problem is that when you're running a general store and you got this one product that's selling above everything else, it is your surefire all-star winning product. Your main focus is making you most of your money. On a general store, that product isn't going to stand out. As a matter of fact, it's going to get lost in organized chaos, because when you're advertising that blender, and somebody clicks on your Facebook ad, they go to a store and ooh, they got dog stuff. I love dogs, puppies. Or they got cat stuff. Oh, look at this other gadget. And it defers the attention away. So if with all of these distractions, okay, on the general store, you're still selling 100 of these blenders a week, okay, that's focused on the center where the red is. You're selling 100 of these a week amongst all of this organized chaos with all these options and all these other impulse purchasable products, right? You know that if you focus on this product, you can crush it. How do you do that? Well, it doesn't make sense to put the blender on a niche store, because a niche store would also have other blenders. It might have kitchen blenders, blenders on to go, other, like, you know, health type stuff, supplies, shakers, whatever. So it's still going to be on a niche store, organized chaos, whereas somebody clicks your ad for the blender, right? They go to your store, they see other things that intrigue them, and so they get distracted and they don't purchase. So when you have this all-star product right here, this winning product that is like not just a winning product, but a grand slam, you know that if you take this product and you build a one product store and only do it for that product, when you know that that product is a grand slam, what happens is you could take this product just like BlendJet has done, and you can create higher perceived value. Write that down. Higher perceived value. Look, you go in Walmart and you buy yourself a white t-shirt, white Hanes Fruit of the Loom t-shirt, whatever, it's $3. And then you go into, maybe you go into Express or another, like, you know, Armani Exchange or whatever, and another white t-shirt, which is the same dang shirt, right? It's really made by technically the same materials. It just says, or has an Armani tag in it, just a plain white shirt, and it's $29, right? Why would you pay 29 bucks for a white t-shirt that really isn't that much different, if different at all, than a $3 shirt that you can get from Walmart? Because Armani has perceived value, right? It's a perceived value. Then you go to Gucci or Louis Vuitton or these designer stores, you buy a white t-shirt, that damn thing's like $100. Pray to God you don't spill some coffee on it while you're drinking coffee. Perceived value, right? So when you go to a one product store, you can create higher perceived value because all of the focus is on that one product. All of the attention is on that one product. So you can get these epic images here like they have that are like really high quality images. Like you can send these to a photographer, and you can go to Fiverr. You can send one of these to a TikToker and say, yo, create some cool TikTok commercials for me and I'll pay you $100, $200, $250, whatever. right? And you can get really cool content that creates high value perception. Like this with the fruit already inside of it already makes it look nicer than if it was just a plain and nothing inside of it, right? Um, so they've put a lot of focus on this, even with these images over here on the side that you're seeing over here. Like this is all, look at how fresh and clean and crisp these are. Look at the environment that people are in whilst using this product here. They're not in some like, you know, crappy basement with this blender. They're in a really nice kitchen that's very nicely decorated. That's clearly in like a new home that is used by people that are very well put together, and it creates a high value perception, right? So when you do that, you can then charge more because people will feel like it is worth more. They will feel like this is worth more than the same thing on a general store because they feel like they're buying it from a brand and not a discount superstore. Does that make sense? So they can charge $59 and they've got 35,000 reviews. So there's 35,000 units of this, at least, right? Not everybody leaves a review. So if we come back over to our whiteboard here, answering like, because last week the biggest question that I got was, Adrian, you said the worst store that you could build as a beginner is a one product store. But you said that one product stores are great for selling high ticket items, getting subscriptions, selling like unique products that are trending, that can do high volume. So how do I know when to start a one product store and build another Shopify store for a specific product? Well, the answer is you see it crushing it on your general store consistently, standing out above the rest. And you could tell if you put some branding and some extra effort behind it, you could charge a premium for it, right? And so you move it over here. And instead of selling it for 29 bucks, you do what they did. And you have your blender. And this is just an example, doesn't have to be the blender, right? But now you're selling that blender for $59. Now your cost on the blender is still 11. Your cost ain't gonna go up, right? Your cost is your cost. We're selling it though for 59 bucks. So legitimately, we are doubling the price of the blender. Now, a couple of things are gonna happen. Because this is under the veil of a brand with value perception, all right, one effect that you might see is the conversion increase. Now, why would the conversion increase? Because over here, to get this, we said 100 sales right here. To get 100 sales, let's just say that we were getting 1,000 people, all right, visitors to get 100 sales over here. Remember, organized chaos. People get lost in the store, okay? 1,000 visitors would result in 100, oops, dollar sign, 100 sales. That would be a 10% conversion rate. So let's just say that 10% of the people that clicked your ad actually bought the product that you desired for them to purchase. So you had this 10% conversion rate. And remember, a lot of those visitors that would have purchased this are finding other things and they're getting distracted because you got this general store. So let's just say that because you have a store that's focused and branded, not only are you increasing your price point, but you're also increasing your conversion rate. And let's just say that that conversion rate increases hypothetically. We don't know what it would really be, but we know it probably, I'd be willing to bet it's going to be higher. Let's just say that that conversion rate went up to, I don't know, let's be modest. Let's just say that the conversion rate went up to 13%. Okay. So now when you get 1,000 visitors at a 13% CVR, right? You're going to get how many sales? Y'all tell me in the chat because I have no freaking clue. All right, so I'll just do the math. So 1,000 times 0.13, you're gonna get 130 sales. All right, so this is going to result in, hypothetically, okay, we're just making numbers up here. All right, this is gonna create for us 130 sales. All right, so that's 30 more sales a week, but these sales are at $59. Okay, so that for us is going to be times 59, a total of $7,670. We're not spending any more money, right? Because our cost is still $11 for the product. But because we increase the conversion rate and the price point with the perceived value, right, going up, as this is a one product store and it's more brandable, we went from $2,900 a month to $7,600. I'm sorry, a week. All right, so minus 2,900. So we just think definitely more than doubled, right? We like tripled or something the amount of money, not tripled, but close to it, the amount of money that we're making every week because we opened up a one product store and we put some extra attention into it. So this is advanced. This is when you've already found a winner. This is when you know that it's worth the time that you're going to invest to build a one product store because you know it's going to be more scalable, it's going to be more focused, it'll command a premium, okay? And it'll convert better. It'll convert better. It will convert better because there are no distractions. And it's going to have a way better looking page and layout. So you're going to spend a little bit more money opening up a one product store than a general store. Isn't that crazy? A one product store is going to cost you a little bit more money to open up and design than a general store. And it's because a general store is ugly. It's supposed to be ugly. It ain't supposed to be a beautiful store. It's not necessary to have a beautiful general store, as we talked about a couple weeks ago. A one product store, though, it is designed in nature to give people that perceived value of Armani, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. You know, when you walk into a designer store or buy a designer store in a mall, they have a very elaborate entrance. Do they not? You ever seen a Gucci with a crappy little glass door that a sticker on the front? No, you haven't. You've seen big golden blocks that you walk through. You know you're walking into money. And other stores just have a little sign. You don't really know what's in them. You just see a bunch of stuff. That's a general store. And those stores make a boatload of money too, right? It's just a different, you're selling something very different, right? For the one product store, you want it focused, you want it branded, you want it to be more expensive, you want it to be really scalable. And so therefore you have to present it in a nicer way, a nicer, a nicer website, a nicer theme. And you got to have more pictures, videos, so on and so forth. But is it worth it? If you could hypothetically, take your sales from the general store on that one product from $2,900 to $7,600 times, 1 month, which would be, 4 weeks. We take that $7,600, so 70 times 4, and that takes it to a potential $30,680 per month in sales. Okay, so this would be per week. Now let's just multiply that times 12 months. Okay, when you multiply that times 12, you get $368,000. Now again, hypothetical, we're just BSing with numbers here. I don't know what the heck this will do. I know BlendJet does bigger numbers than this, but 368,160 per year. Okay. Oh, why did I do that? Click the wrong thing. Per year. Now over here at $12,000 a month, right? At $2,900, $12,000 a month on the general store. That one product, probably max potential was to earn you $120,000 a year amongst everything else, which is great. It's great profit potential there, right? But over here, the thing about this $368,000 a year, if everything was steady and perfect and just right and stayed on track, there's more profit built into this too. It's not just a bigger revenue number, there's more profit because your conversion rate has gone up. When your conversion rate goes up, that means the money that you spend on ads, you get a higher return for it. And on top of that, your price point went up. So every time somebody buys, there's a higher profit margin on it because you're charging more for the same product because you put branding into it. Does that make sense? So this $368,000 isn't just, this times 3, okay? It's not. It's far more than that because it's more profitable because you have a higher markup and you have a higher conversion rate. So you're getting more money back for every dollar that you spend on ads. Do y'all follow me on this? So when I knocked one product stores last week, a lot of people were, also were like, Adrian, one product stores work. Like, why are you saying the worst thing you could do is build a one product store? And if you listened to the actual webinar and training that I put out, I wasn't saying that one product stores suck in general. I said they're epic if they're done the right way. I said the worst thing a beginner can do is start a one product store because 9 out of 10 products are going to fail. And you're going to have to build a whole new damn store for every product. And who the hell wants to do that? Not me. I know you don't want to do it because that's time, money, stress, a lot of loss, right? So as you can see here, there is a step-by-step process. There's a reason that step 1 is step 1. And a lot of people try to just start at step 10. And therefore, a lot of people fail because they don't pay attention. And a lot of people are also what I like to call askholes, A-S-K. All right, so I'll just write that down because I don't want to be too rude here, but ask hole, okay? Let's make sure that everybody understands that is a K right there. Let's highlight the K. All right, now an asshole is somebody that asks you a gazillion questions on how to do something and then goes and does the exact opposite of what you tell them to do. Why do they even ask the question? Well, a lot of people in the e-commerce space and the affiliate space and just the education space in general that come in, they take the training, they follow the webinars, they ask a gazillion questions, they get their answers, and then they don't go apply the principles. They don't go apply the teachings. They go and do the opposite because they are Mr. or Miss Know-it-alls. You know, like, well, I think this. Nobody cares what you think. It's irrelevant in the marketing world. And nobody cares what I think, okay? It's irrelevant. The only thing that matters is what works, right? That's all that matters, is what's actually working, right? So you got to put your ego, you got to put your feelings and all that aside if you want to succeed. Because I was shocked at how many students hit me up saying they have one product stores or niche stores. And last week it really opened their eyes to why a general store would be a good move. When the thing I've been teaching since 2015 is you should have a general store. Always start with the general store, right? You know, one of my good friends, I mentored his wife years ago. He asked me to teach her how to do e-com, and she wanted to start a like a very specific jewelry store, if I recall. I think it was a jewelry store. And I was like, yo, don't do that. Don't do it. Okay. It was very niche oriented jewelry. Now it's coming back to me. And I was like, that's a terrible idea. It's an awful idea. Don't do it. And she said, well, I really like this. And I put, you know, work into this store, and it's a beautiful store, which it was. And I really feel like it's going to work. Okay. Well, hold on a second. Let me try some. I feel like I'm about to be a billionaire. Hold on. Let me try one more time. I feel like I'm going to be a billionaire. $1 billion is about to just appear on my desk. Shit, I don't see it anywhere. So it doesn't matter what you feel, right? What matters is what actually works. So finally, I convinced her to trash her other store or put it on the back burner and build a general store. And uh, I said, let's just load a bunch of different niches on there. One of the popular niches in the market is nursing. Nurses are very, very passionate. They're very, very passionate buyers. Okay. And it's very easy to target nurses on Facebook too. So let's do a general store in the nursing niche. And I did a nurse, we put a bunch of nursing products on there. We did some research together, and we found that these nurse fobs were trending at the time. Okay. So we found that these fobs right here specifically were trending at the time. I don't know how they're doing now, but they were at the time were trending. And I said, let's throw those on there. Far cry from this beautiful niche jewelry that you were trying to sell, but we know how to target nurses, and we know that this stuff is selling. Okay, so let's try to sell it. And I'll be damned. She went from not making any sales, losing hundreds of dollars a week, to selling a boatload of these nursing fobs. And I can't remember what her numbers were, but I think she went from to like roughly $100,000 in a couple of months. That was in sales, not just of this nurse fob, but this is what I believe you know, jump started everything. And you know what? Every phone call we had thereafter, she's talking about new nursing products she could sell. I don't think I ever heard her go back and talk about the niche jewelry that she once was very passionate about selling. And it's because your passion is not your profit, okay? Other people's passions are your profit. And I tell you this story, and she went on to be, you know, run a really great e-com store and Dropship. I don't know if she's still doing it or not, but I guess the point is that even when you have someone who knows exactly what they're talking about, you yourself are a very smart person as well, but you have an expert telling you to do something, people still resist. They still, for some reason, say that their internal gut and feeling is the opposite of what the expert is recommending, and therefore they go and they do that, and well, ultimately, you know, 9 times out of 10, maybe more, that ends up with their demise and losses. And so this is a 3-store formula, but it's a 3-step store formula at the same time. General stores always are the start, and general stores are going to be what you want for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, because you're going to be able to sell everything to everyone with little to no friction, because you can sell Halloween costumes on this store, and at the same time be selling stockings, Christmas stockings for Christmas, or you could be selling different things for Hanukkah on this store while you're selling things about Santa Claus and Christmas. On this store while you're selling tactical gear for preppers and veterans while also selling the blender jet. This is flexible and scalable. You find the niches that are winning and you say, hey, look, let's build a niche store because this niche is winning. And we know a niche store, just like over here, that conversion rate went up to 13% from 10, hypothetically, okay? We know in a niche store, the conversion rate's going to go up too. And we know we're going to get higher conversion rates. We could probably charge a little bit more for the products. We're building a brand. Our email list is probably going to be more profitable and responsive. And if it's a niche that we know we're getting customers from and we're selling stuff, we know that in the baby niche, people in the baby niche are going to buy more baby stuff. And people in the baby niche are probably going to trust the store that's all about babies more so than they're going to trust a general store that's selling, flamethrowers while also selling baby toys, right? Now, if you're selling a bunch of baby stuff on a general store, you know that if you throw that baby stuff on a niche store, you're going to probably get way higher conversion rates and probably make more money. You wouldn't want to put a baby product as a one product store because we know that parents and babies, in the baby niche are going to probably buy multiple things. So you stand to profit more and generate more higher average order values from a niche store because that is such a big niche with a passionate audience. It's not some weird unique product like the blend jet, right? So it's about knowing what and when, what product, right? Should you be moving over to a one product store, or what niche should you be moving over to a niche store, and when should you do it? You should do it when you see consistent sales. Easy enough. So I hope that this gives you all a better explanation of what's going on here with these 3 different types of stores. I know people that have all of these different types of stores. I myself have multiple stores. They're not all just general stores, but I know what and when, right? What and when. So I know it's guaranteed to be successful. I ain't trying to build another store and roll the dice. If I build another store, I freaking hate building stores. Oh my God. Oh my God. I hate building Shopify stores. If I could never build another store in my life, I would be a happy person. So if you have the opportunity to bypass building a store, take it. Okay, that's why general stores are so great. A lot of you have had my company build your stores, and that's something we can still do. That's a service that we offer, right? We will build your store for you. It's not free, right? But if you can have an expert build it for you and build it fast, you're 10x, right? You're 10x faster getting the market. And you have to ask yourself, what would you rather be? Would you rather be a mechanic or the race car driver? Who gets the glory? Who gets the glory when the race is won? The mechanic or the race car driver? Who has more fun? The mechanic or the race car driver? So that being said, if you have the opportunity to always drive the car and never have to be the mechanic, I would take that opportunity, right? Building stores is okay. It's just like, don't build a store off a dice roll unless it's a general store, because that gives you the flexibility. But if you're building a niche store or one product store and rolling the dice, you know that you might be wasting much time, have to do all over again and again and again, and you're going to get burnt out. So that said, that's it for tonight. I love you all. I wish you a ton of success. I hope that this makes sense. I hope it's a great explanation for you and why you should have a general store moving into Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Maybe a niche store is a good idea as well. If you have a niche that's popping off already, you build a second store. You'll still sell that same niche on this general store, right? You're still selling it, okay? But you're also selling it over here, probably increasing conversion rates, price points. And if you have like a really oddball product that's unique, then you pop it over to one product store and you ball out, okay? So that being said, remember, don't be an asshole. All right, when someone gives you good advice, take it. Don't go do the opposite. That'll probably end up being bad for you if you do. Be here next week, 9 p.m. EST on the Profit Power Hour, and I'll be here to teach you more on e-commerce and some more stuff on affiliate marketing, as we got some students making big commissions. So if you haven't joined our free affiliate marketing program to take advantage of that side hustle, here are all the links to do it. All the information you'll need is inside of here. So go check out those links. And now I am going to go relax because I'm actually pretty tired. I'm still in my gym clothes. Like I hadn't even changed today. So I'll see you next week. Have a good night, y'all. And I wish you a ton of success.